Greetings and salutations, I am Scojo Insta360 once again in the great outdoors where I've actually spent a large portion of my video career. I was a weatherman in Alaska where I spent some time on the back of a dog sled with nothing but a flip video camera. Remember those things? I also went through the jungles of Sri Lanka in a driving rainstorm with nothing but an iPhone and a waterproof case. So am I an expert on outdoor adventure cameras? Yeah, I guess you could make that argument. So, is the Insta360 One X an action camera? Yeah, basically. So, actually, the short answer is that the Insta360 One X is one of the best action cameras you will ever find. But if you've ever watched my channel, you're aware that I generally don't like to pull any punches. I like to review the goods and the bads. Now, why don't we start with the bad news first, because the good news comes with a lot of really killer footage that I shot last weekend. So why don't we first talk about the things that frankly kind of make this camera borderline unusable as an action camera.
First is the battery life. The regular batteries die quickly when it gets cold, and I mean really quickly. Thankfully, they do have cold weather batteries now, and they're halfway decent. They last about 30 to 45 minutes in temperatures around freezing, so at least you have options. Second, the venture case. It's passable. The pros are that it protects your camera and you can actually submerge it in water up to about 16 feet. So it's a good investment to protect your camera because it's got two lenses, so you double your chances of damage.
Now, I've only used the venture case twice. The first time, it looked so horrible that I stopped using it. But then I used it a second time this last weekend, and it actually worked pretty darn good.
The venture case is extremely hard to set up. It eats up valuable time when you're out in the field, and once you've got it on the camera, you should not plan on taking it off until you're back home. It simply is not a low-maintenance item.
Now, the biggest bummer with this camera, hands down, is the display. It is a complete bummer and almost completely unusable.
I have lost countless pictures and videos because the camera was in the wrong setting, and trying to read this thing in any outdoor light, well, you might as well treat it like it's not there.
Do not, I repeat, do not count on using the display in the outdoors. Sorry.
The app on your phone is slightly better, but the text within the app is small and hard to read as well, so I wouldn't count on it either.
So in the absence of decent options, I always turn to workarounds. And there is one on this camera. It's called the quick capture mode.
It will start your camera in the last mode it was saved in when you shut it down. So I typically choose one setting and plan on using that the entire time when I'm out shooting.
It sucks, but it is manageable.
On my last outing, I did encounter a delay in startup that caused me to lose the beginning of my jump off the boat. But now that I know it's there, I'll be more careful in the future. Just a heads up. To use Quick Capture, you have to go into the setting menu and activate it. Then you hold the big button for 3 seconds as you power up. That will start the process, but wait until you hear the camera chirp, and then look for the green light to flash. Then pause another second or two, which is what got me in trouble before, and then start your action.
The other thing that makes this camera a little bit difficult to deal with, but it's tolerable, is the audio. Now, no good action camera has awesome audio. The GoPros do pretty decent, but this one does well if it's not windy. Any wind, audio falls apart. And if you put it in the venture case, you might as well just not even plan on using audio. So why do I sound good right now? It's because I am using a Rode Wireless Go recording into a separate unit, which is right here. And I'll have to sync this audio up in post, adding another step to all the editing. Not the worst thing, but extra work. Okay, well, and even despite the red flags, the audio and the venture case and all that fun stuff, you notice I'm recording into a Insta360 One X, not a GoPro. Why? Because you can capture stuff like this. This is stuff you absolutely will not get with the GoPro.
The 360 capturing is unbelievable. And with the new viewfinder editing mode in the app, cutting clips like this is actually pretty easy. And look at that, it's just amazing how it takes it to a whole different level that no traditional camera can get. This is why I own this camera.
So do I recommend the Insta360 One X as an action camera? For some things, yes. For some things, no.
So if you need something that is easy to use and is nearly indestructible, if you just want a camera that will run fast, run clean, and will take a few hits, get yourself a GoPro.
If you have the patience and you don't mind a little calculated risk.
This is what makes the added headaches worth enduring. Again, you simply will not get this kind of footage with a traditional GoPro or any non-360 camera.
So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you think I'm super sexy or the biggest dork you've ever seen, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell on the side, and you'll get a notification every time I make a new video. I am Skojo in 360. I'm going to end this video because I'm coming up to a waterfall over there. Let's put it in 100 frames per second mode, and we'll say goodbye. Bye, bye, bye.